Okay, let's see if I can get this show on the road. This is AJ's journey, and I have no idea what part I'm on. So you'll have to look at the title to see what part I'm on. 5, 6? I have no clue. This one's about your testimony in Second Life. These videos are kind of a merging of how your real life affects your second life and how your second life affects your real life. And it's to help like newbies, maybe oldies. I'll share my great expertise, which is just in the way of many years in Second Life. I would suggest that you think about testimony. What's your testimony in Second Life? What do you want it to be? By that I mean that serves as evidence as who you are and something about your values as well. It supports who you are in real and who you are in SL. Some people choose to be avatar animals like kitty cats, dinosaurs, all kinds of different things. Rabbits, dogs. You can be whatever you want. Even this little orange kitty cat, if you so desire. You can make an avatar up for that. Of course, some people go with the human aspect, like I am right now. And that's perfectly good too. So you can do whatever. But think about your testimony. What are you going to be about? And what are your values going to be in, in SL, Second Life? What are your values in real life? And what are you trying to give evidence to by the way you behave, by your actions, your deeds, how you treat other people? And consider this in Second Life too. What kind of testimony do you want to be in Second Life? Do you want to be a complete asshole? There are people like that. Or do you intend to be loving and kind, generous, helpful? Do you want to dress like a sexy whatever and portray that value? Which brings up something in mind for me. There was once a woman that I chatted with, and she would hang out with me sometimes. If I remember, yeah, she was a lesbian, come to think of it. I'm not a lesbian, by the way, but that's beside the point. She would hang out and she would say, I just hate it that these men are always hitting on me. And she had these boobs that were like, I don't know, maybe 56, 58, double D on her avatar with a real low-cut front. And she was TPing and hopping around like that, for sim to sim. I told her, I said, well, if you don't want guys hitting on you all the time, you might reconsider the boobs you've selected. Okay? So her boobs was giving off a certain vibe and testimony, and yet she was all uptight about the fact that she didn't like men I-iming her all the time and flirting with her and saying disgusting remarks. The same way for women that wear really scantily dressed Second Life clothes, like thin, see-through stuff. Some of the clothes are clickable so you can undress somebody. I would suggest if you don't want your testimony to be, I'm available, select different clothing. Is there? Just check the marketplace. May not be as easy to come by as you think because a lot of the women's clothing are intended to be alluring and a little bit sexual. But then, hey, you get the idea. How would you dress in real life? What kind of testimony are you in real life? Do you want your testimony in real life to mesh with your second life, or you want to be totally opposite? There's some people that think they're going to get away with that. My personal view of it is the longer you're in SL, your real life and your second life, who you are, the testimony of who you are and how you behave is going to be very similar from second life to real life. So get used to it. If you're going to act slutty in second life, it's going to bleed over into your behaviors in real life. Yeah. So consider that. Think about it. Think. And I say that because some people just do things on the cuff of it, especially if they're just popping in and out of SL randomly. Whenever they feel like it, they're not here on a daily basis. They have no strong commitment to SL. By that, I mean they're not popping in here daily and creating things, making a second life place for themselves in the world, and they're not taking it seriously at all. If you can get away with that, fine. But if you're here on a regular basis, you will find that what you do in second life is going to bleed over into your real life and vice versa. And I've stated this before. It's no secret. One thing I will say, and have always said, be careful what you pretend. For example, I've been in SL on a regular basis, and I always was drawn to land and land ownership in second life. Well, in real life, I considered I had too much. Just an example, at one point I had 25 acres, and I thought, what business do I have having that much land? You know what I mean? It's a lot of care. It's a lot of commitment to a place. But I was drawn in SL to have a whole sim. Sometimes mainland, sometimes an individual sim, sometimes a little of both. What happened is eventually over the years in real life, before I know it, I don't know if it's like a magnet or a goal that just draws you in and pulls you, but now I've got way more acreage than 25 in real life. So I think my second life affected my real life. What do you think? Does your second life affect your real life? What you're doing in real life, do you carry that into SL and then find out it affects your second life? There are some people that get in trouble, piss people off, get banned or sequestered or ridiculed in a relationship that they want to abandon and get away from in second life. So they recreate themselves and build a new avatar, get rid of the old one, or just abandon it, thinking they're going to escape drama. What I have found is a lot of people take the drama with them because they don't really escape themselves. All right, so I hope I've stirred up your thinking a little bit, because our testimony does serve as evidence of who you are and what you're about and your values. What you become in SL, the way you dress in SL, the way you carry yourself and behave and treat others, that's your testimony. Is it that much different from your real life? Do you intend it to be? I'd be interested to hear what you think and some of your experiences. So, like, subscribe, comment. Keep your comments helpful and nice, and I'd appreciate that. This is AJ's Journey, and I'm out.